Okay. Everyone, I want to welcome the Penrose to this team call. And we go way back. We went to high school together, and somehow we connected together. And so we're coaching about the same time at 3.5 years. And she's a 12-time Star Diamond coach, 2-time Your Life coach, which is really, really good. A single mommy of 2 boys, and she's just really motivating. I'm just super, super excited to have you share about inviting and whatever tools you had that made you succeed. So the floor is yours. You're the guest.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Josh. I know, isn't it? It's such a small world that we went to high school together. I really didn't talk to a lot of people in high school because I didn't really have a lot of friends and I didn't talk to anybody. But then we were able to connect again through Beachbody. And even smaller world, I asked Josh if I can have a couple of coaches of my own on, just so I can help them out a little bit too. And here I'm like, Allie, we're going to be on Josh's team. I went to high school with him. She's like, I know him. I'm like, oh my gosh, what a small world. So it's just really cool that we're all being able to connect again, and yeah, exciting. So yeah, I have been a coach for 3 years. It was 3 years it was actually 3 years in December, or November, the middle of November, but I didn't start working my business until January. And I started my business off really slow, but I was able to make elite my very first year of coaching, and I have been elite now all 3 years in a row. So it's pretty awesome that I was able to get that. And I want to share this with you because, like I said, I started off my business very slow. But as long as you can believe in yourself and you're willing to put in the effort and the work, you guys can accomplish anything that you want to. But you have to take action and you have to believe in yourself. That's one of the biggest things. So yeah, Josh said that today I'm going to be talking about inviting. I'm actually going to be talking about posting and inviting. I don't know. I feel like that's where a lot of people struggle, where everyone falls into that average Beachbody coach poster. And I want you guys to be able to set yourself apart from other Beachbody coaches and really be intentional about it. So I'm actually going to screen share with you guys. I have a couple of slides. Is that okay? Cool. All right. So you guys are just going to have to tell me if you see these. All right. Can you see this? The slides?
Good so far.
Perfect. All right, guys. So being intentional about helping others. And I call this the recipe for changing lives. Let me see if I can move. Okay, there we go. All right, so this is a quote here. Use your God-given gifts to serve others. Please do not think, guys, for 1 second that maybe this doesn't come easy for you. It may be harder for you than it is for other people, that maybe you're not meant for this business or you're not meant for success, because that is not true whatsoever. Sometimes we just need to work a little bit harder than other people may need to. And like I said, I started off slower. It actually took me 2 months to go Emerald to sign up 2 people. One of them was my mom. And it took me 2 months to do that. And that's the same time that it takes I've had coaches go diamond in that amount of time. Actually, Allie's one of my diamond coaches that she went diamond in 20 days? Something crazy like that. I forget because I just can't think right now. But like I wasn't a fast starter like many other people were, but that did not stop me from doing what I wanted to do because I knew that I wanted this and I had a passion for it. So nothing worth having comes easy. And Autumn Calabrese says that a lot, and I want you guys to remember that and say that to yourself over and over, and put it on your wall if you have to, put it on the back of your phone. But it's true. You have to fight for what you truly want in life, and that may come with your business as well. If it is important to you, you're gonna do whatever it takes to get there. And I also have here, you're not here to benefit yourself. You are here to serve others. to change lives and to help others live a healthy and fulfilling lifestyle. And guys, no one is going to know about this opportunity that you have for them until you become willing to share it. All right, so how do we share this opportunity as a coach? You have to be willing, number one, to step outside your comfort zone. And I know a lot of people do not succeed because they're not willing to step out of that comfort zone. Safety is always where we want to stay, right? But that's not where success happens. Success is what happens once you step out of your comfort zone and once you're doing the things that others aren't willing to do. All right, so 2 things. Number 1 is posting about your own journey, and this includes your fitness and your business. And number 2, invite others to join you on the journey. And if you guys can just make sure you're muted. I don't know who that was. All right. So number 1, posting about your fitness and your business. I'm just going to give you guys some posting tips here. So number 1, oh my gosh, my son is screaming right now. I am so sorry. If you hear him, I have the door shut. Be intentional about your post. And when I say be intentional, I want you guys to add value. And when I say add value, share your story, okay? Because that is how you are going to change people's lives when they know that your life is being changed. And you have to share your story to show others that your life is being changed with Beachbody, whether it's coaching or fitness, okay? You are not just Beachbody. So do not just talk about Beachbody. And I know a lot of people get caught up and they think, well, if I just constantly post about Beachbody, I'm going to get really far and get all these people to join me. But that's not how it works, because if you post just about Beachbody, they're going to think of you as a walking billboard. And no one likes that. We're not here to be salespeople. The promotions and all the success stories are done with Beachbody. You know, they pay millions and millions of dollars to promote our products. We have to promote ourselves. So by us throwing up pictures of Shakeology and programs on our Facebook pages and social media, that is not going to help us get a sale. What gets us a sale is sharing who we are, our personality, and what we're doing and how our lives are changing. All right. And then talk to your specific audience. Think about who you're trying to target. Now, I'm actually going to go in depth with each of these now. So be intentional about your posts. Like I said, add value so other people can relate to you. This was just one of my posts. I like to give examples and ones that were successful and that I got a lot of feedback on. You can easily put up a quote. You can Google a quote, put it on social media, and I do that, but a lot of times I end up making it my own. So a quote that I really like, I will take a picture of myself and put that quote on my picture, but I don't like to have wording all over the place anymore because that's kind of like old school now. Put the quote that you like in your actual post. I did that this morning with my workout post. I didn't put anything on my actual picture. It was just in my post. So if you're doing a quote or a workout picture or just a random picture of yourself like I did here, in your actual post, talk about it. Talk about that quote and why it means something to you. Talk about how it's changing your life. This particular post, I have a lot of things going on in my life, like more than I ever wanted to handle. And it's more than me going through a divorce in January. A lot of things have changed in my life, even over the past 2 weeks, that I'm not going to get too much into. But here, like, I struggle a lot. And instead of me not posting it all on social media, I turn it into something positive. So I'll talk about something in particular that I'm struggling about, but I'll make it something exciting and good. So here's an example of loving yourself and loving the person that you are and not talking down on yourself and having the power to create freedom for yourself and stop talking bad about yourself. So that's what I did. I was having one of those bad moments, but I turned it into something good. No one even probably knew I was struggling. But, you know, if you can turn it into something good, you will be surprised on how many people will be able to relate to those posts And you're going to get those messages saying, hey, if you haven't already, they're going to be saying, hey, thank you so much for that post. You know, it really did something to me, whether it made me go work out. It helped me eat clean. Josh, you're smiling. I'm sure you have tons of those messages coming in. You know, you are so inspiring. You have changed so many lives. You've impacted so many people's lives, not even that come to you with their own fitness journey, but coaches even that have been inspired by you. And isn't that an awesome feeling when you know that you've changed so many people's lives? So this is what it's about. When you're doing a post, I want you to think about, how can I change someone's life? How can I make it better for someone else? And not just yourself too. And then another post, this is my fitness one, or this is my coaching one. So my first one was just like my own personal journey. This is my coaching. So again, be relatable. I always say that you want your social media to look like a reality show. And I know that sounds scary for some people because a lot of people don't like to post everything on social media. I didn't have that much of a problem. I'm just very outspoken and I can easily share my story. But a lot of people aren't like that. And it takes time, but the more you start to post about it and you step out of that comfort zone and post those really scary things that are holding you back that you almost don't even want to post, those are the ones that are going to impact people. Those are the ones that are going to allow others to relate to you, and they're going to change. It's going to change their lives. So get out of your comfort zone and start posting them, and make your social media look like a reality show. Make it look like your life story. Okay, so when I say that, pick 5 things that you're passionate about and just be willing to be open and share that. Share wherever you are, share what you're doing. Whatever you're eating, share what you're eating. Whatever, just share it and be okay sharing it. And this is like a simple post that I did that I actually got a lot of feedback on, but it's me. So like, I'm obsessed with Energize. I got it right here. And I always have my lip gloss at my desk wherever I like lip gloss. So it's just my personality. And I wanted to share about it. And it was just talking about me getting ready to host a power hour call with the #1 team in the company. So I talked it up. I talked about how, you know, it's a huge deal for me talking to the #1 team in the company, and, you know, me looking for others that I want to mentor, talking about what they need. If they love fitness, they want to work out in if they want to work in workout clothes, and surrounding themselves by amazing, empowering, and uplifting people. That's the people that I'm looking for to join me, people like me. So I post a picture of me, and I want it to be eye-catchy, because I want other people like my personality. So make sure that whenever you're doing those posts, you're being intentional about who you're looking for as well. All right, so now I'm going to show you guys what I used to post. So those 2 that I just talked about are what I post now. When I first started my business, it actually did not look like that at all. It actually looked like this. This was one of my posts back in February of 2013, and it was very salesy. So you are not just Beachbody, so don't talk just about Beachbody. And that's kind of what I did when I first started. I thought the more I talked about it, and the more I just took random pictures from Beachbody, and if I Googled Shakeology and I would just pull some random pictures, then I would get people interested. And here I was just trying to do cost objection, showing it's only $4 a day. Look at the things that you get. But guys, if you look at this, I have no added value here. I don't even have anything written in the post. It's literally hashtags. Hashtag Shakeology, clean eating, and fit. Who is that even reaching out to? If you hashtag Shakeology, it's basically getting people who already drink Shakeology that is already a coach doing the same thing. Clean eating, that could get people. Fit, that is going to be, I don't know how familiar you are with hashtags, but if you hashtag fit, there are so many people hashtagging fit that if I would do that and go search for it, it will not even be found because there's so many people looking for it. So that post is just an example of how I started, and it is funny because it got nothing. It got no attraction. I didn't add any value. So when you're talking about Shakeology, because you do want to talk about it, instead of posting a random picture that you Googled or one that you found from Team Beachbody, Take a picture of you drinking it and make it eye-catching. Maybe share a recipe. Maybe share how it's helped you. Maybe your results that you've had, if you've gained energy or if your skin is clearing up, or whatever it may be, your digestion's better, you're pooping better. I don't know. Just post about it. Post about how it's helping you. And not just something simple like this that's not going to catch any attention. That's like a walking billboard right there. And nobody's going to want to join that, because any average coach can post something like that. That's not setting you apart from any other coach. All right. Next, I want you guys to really think about your specific audience and who you are trying to target. What person are you looking for? I want you guys to start being specific. And whenever you're thinking of who your avatar is, I want you to be able to relate to that person. So this is my avatar. Her name is Jenna Fail. She is on Instagram, and I just love her. I don't know her, but I love looking at her on Instagram. Her posts are very eye-catching. I feel like we have a lot of the same personality. That picture right there says it all, because she loves food like I do. It's just one of her posts that I loved. And she is also a figure competitor as well. But she likes to do her hair real crazy. There it actually looks nice, but she had it real short and funky and crazy. She's just an awesome person. So anyways, I want you guys to find your avatar, who you're looking for. So be very specific. These are the different things that I look for my target audience. My age group is 25 to 45, and that is a pretty good age range. But I'm okay with that age range. I don't really look for people over 45. I don't look for people under 25. That's just what I want, and I'm okay with that. Mom of boys, I love finding other moms on my team. I also love finding people who are passionate about their faith, passionate about fitness. A lot of nurses I have on my team, because that is what I did before Beachbody, and that was my passion, and it still is my passion. Sometimes I really miss nursing, but I don't miss leaving my boys, so it kind of takes over. Loves being creative in the kitchen, loves food. I love cooking and making different things. I put yellow. I don't know if you guys have ever done the personality test, but it's a color code. Yellow is like crazy, outgoing, willing to try anything, very adventurous. That's me. Carefree, that's me. And I like to find other people that are like that as well. And also, I like to look at people who love shopping, because I like shopping a lot. And I wanted to add that is not an addiction. It's just a hobby. So I want you guys to start looking at things like that. Be as specific as you possibly can about who you're looking for. You know, if you have an illness or a disability or whatever it may be. I know there's a lot of people that are diabetic. There's a lot of people with Crohn's disease. I have a couple coaches with Hashimoto's. If someone lost a baby, or someone adopting a child, like, be specific on who you're targeting, because you're gonna relate to people, and people will choose you just because you have things in common with them. So don't be afraid to get specific. All right. Next, I have, that was a lot about posting. Next, I have inviting others to join you on this journey. So when I'm talking about inviting, I don't mean just doing public posts on Facebook or private messages. I'm talking about face-to-face. If you can do the most personal first, do those. So if you have the opportunity to talk to someone face-to-face, talk to them and invite them and tell them about what you're doing. If you can't do face-to-face, text or phone call. If you can't do that, use social media in a personal message. And if you're not able to do social media personal message, do a public invite on social media. All right. And the reason I like to do personal messages and public invites is because if you're doing a public invite, that person that you did not message is going to see the public invite. But the personal message, because they may not have seen that public invite. They may not be someone who scrolls social media a lot. Or if you do both, this is why I like to do both, because you may do a public invite and they may see it and they may be interested, but they're not sure that they want to do it. But then you send that personal message, and it's personal, and it makes them feel special. And then it's one of those things that maybe that was a godsend that you just sent me that message, because I've been thinking about it, but I haven't been able to make that decision. But now you sent me that personal message, and I think maybe this is my sign that this is my time to do it. So don't discredit one versus the other. Do your personal messages, do your public invites. Not everyone is going to see both. So make sure that you are getting consistent with all of those. All right. And another thing that I do like to do with my personal messages on Facebook is I do use the voice command too, just because when you have that voice command, sometimes it just seems more personable. Some people are not comfortable doing that, and that is completely okay. Don't feel that you have to do it. I'm just saying the more personal you can be with them, the better off you are. All right. And I just have a little quote here. Leaders don't force people to follow. They invite them on a journey. Again, if you don't talk about it, they're not going to know about it. Next, don't be so scripty. And I love scripts. I think they're a great thing. I use them a lot. But I also know that sometimes the wording is not always as personal as it could be. You never want to send a message that can easily be copied and pasted to someone else. And I used to do that at first. I wouldn't even put the person's name. I would just use the script that I had. Hey, how are you? I'm a fitness coach with Beachbody, and I want to invite you to a 30-day challenge group, blah, 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 blah. And literally you can copy and paste that. And I realized that I was not getting any feedback from that. And it's because I wasn't trying to build a relationship with them. I wasn't saying, hey, Josh, how are you? It's been a while since we talked. I would love to catch up with you. How's life going? So you want to make sure that you are including their name. You're asking how they're doing. And more importantly, you want to look at their Facebook wall before sending a message, because you want to make sure that there's not anything significant going on in their lives. Maybe, there's been so many people who are losing babies, and I hate to even think about that. But, you don't want to act all happy and excited and ask them to join your fitness challenge group when they just lost a baby, So go to their Facebook, look at what's going on, and then you can personal message them. And you also have something else to talk about, because I never talk about Beachbody right away in my first message. It's always just building a relationship and asking how they're doing. But whenever you do ask them and they are interested, be sure that you ask them questions to get to know what their needs are and their goals. So just a couple examples of what I say. What type of workouts do you like? Do you like cardio? Do you like weight training? Do you like yoga, a variety, or cardio dancing? You're figuring out what program that they can use and benefit from. Do they have any limitations from any injuries? Because if they have a knee injury, you're sure as heck not going to put them on Insanity where it's a high impact workout. How is their nutrition? How many meals a day are they eating? And what types of food? I always also ask, do you eat fast food? And if so, how often? And the reason I do that is because I am going to have something to say if they decide to give me a price objection. So when someone, hold on a sec. When someone tells me that they're eating fast food a couple times a week, and I know that they're spending money, they are not going to be able to say Shakeology is too expensive for me, because I'm sorry, but your fast food is more expensive and it's not helping you reach your goal. And based on what they're telling me, how bad they want it, I'm going to kind of talk it up that way. You're showing me how bad you want it, but you're telling me you're eating out and that costs this much money. So I'm going to help you save money. So that's how I approach that. And then how much time they have to work out per day, because you don't want to be giving them a 40 to 50-minute workout if they only have 25 minutes a day. So I also have here, never talk Shakeology, never talk about Shakeology or the price until towards the end of the conversation. So when someone tells me they're interested, what does it entail? I don't talk about it's required that you use Shakeology, and it's this much money. If someone asks me how much it is, I ignore them at first, because this is time for me to talk up the value of what I provide them with. Because if I don't give them the value, they're only going to see that dollar sign. You know, our society is very cheap. I am guilty of that because I didn't use Shakeology at first. I burned Insanity and I did not want to use it. And I said Shakeology was too expensive, and I was using GNC products, and I just didn't think I needed it. But then whenever my coach told me about the value of what I was getting, the nutrition that I was getting, in replace of that GNC protein shake, I decided to commit. So, you know, another way that you can do it is using the feel, felt, found method whenever you are talking to people, especially when they come up with an objection with Shakeology. I tell them, you know, and this is just my own experience. You may not have the same experience, so don't think that you have to use this. But for me, when someone said it's too expensive, I would say, I completely understand. I know how you feel, because I felt the same way too when I first started. And I said, you know, I would say I used another product. I just felt like I was spending too much money. But I found that whenever I did purchase Shakeology, I made grocery list. I only bought what was on my list, and I did a lot of budgeting. I was saving $50 a month, and I want to teach you how to do that too. And then you can also offer the discount coach, or you can offer them to help 3 people along the way and get their shakes paid for. So that is how I do it. Just to add that in. All right, guys. So call to action. I really want you guys to start being intentional about everything you're doing with your business, from your posts, from your invites, to building a conversation and a relationship with, you know, your potentials, because you really don't know who you're going to inspire and whose life is going to change because of the story that you're sharing. So I hope that helps, guys. And Josh, I'm unmuting you. Sorry. I didn't mean to mute. There was just background noise. Does anybody have any questions?
Questions, anybody?
What PD books do I read? Well, you might not read this one, but I just finished Girl Code. I am actually starting to read The Energy Bus by John Gordon. I have a whole library. What, honey? Where's my Optimus boy? I don't know. You want to say hi to everyone? So I know it was in the bucket. Yeah. I don't know where it's at. Can you say hi?
Sure.
Say hi. Here, I'll help you find it. Okay, you don't want to? Okay. Sorry. All right. So it depends on what you're looking for. Confidence, Girl Code, for sure. It was amazing. I don't know. Even guys can maybe benefit from it. I don't know. Maybe. I do a lot of Joel Osteen podcast. The Joel Osteen is, I just spelled it wrong. Sorry. I love him. I actually listened to him today. I listen to every single podcast he has. Faith-based, I like to incorporate that because it's also helping me with things I have going on in my life. I want you guys to make sure that when you're doing personal development, it has something to do with what you need. So if I'm confident in everything I'm doing, I'm not going to keep sitting there and read confidence books. I'm going to, if I have a weakness with leadership, I'm going to do something with leadership. So right now I'm going to work on the energy bus and get my motivation going and help myself in that area. But those, just to name a couple, I can actually give you my list that I have. I actually have a document of all the list of books that I recommend my team. So I can share that. Sound good?
Listen, anybody else?
I have a question.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, Deidra, this is Jonathan. Once again, thank you for sharing with us a little bit about how you run your business and about your life, And And I guess this question is for starting coaches, especially how not necessarily the onboarding process, but in your slides you showed us how you created your avatar and you pitched to your niche group. So do you recommend that right away to starting coaches? Because starting coaches, they're trying to set a foundation, get to emerald, so they're just like cast the wide net and then go niche, or they just like go niche in the beginning?
I think in the beginning, because if you are looking for anyone and everyone, whenever you're posting, you want to feel like you are talking to one person. If you are posting and you are trying to talk to anyone and everyone, you almost, not you specifically, it almost seems like that person is desperate and that they just want anyone, and they don't have an audience, and they're not talking to anyone. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't look as relatable when you don't have a target audience that you're talking to.
Gotcha.
I think the sooner you can do that, the better it's going to be for you.
I gotta create an avatar. It's been
you do.
I need to create an avatar.
I think that would be an awesome thing. And like I said, the more specific you can be, the better off it's, you're going to have for your audience.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else?
I have another question if nobody else has another question.
Okay.
All right. So you said about the inviting process, invite to the opportunity, which is your second point, your bullet point. Mm-hmm. You said go from more personal to least personal. So with you and your business, which one you, of course, face-to-face is the most personal, mm-hmm. but where have you gotten most of your coaches from? Like, do you do webinars or, the new Coach Blitz kind of thing? Or like, do you host shake and shares or something at your home? I don't know.
So at the beginning of my business, I got it more from face-to-face. So I had a lot of fellow nurses that I worked with. I had a lot of the nurses, a lot of the ER on my team. As I grew my business, it has been more from Pinterest, Instagram, and my blog. Wow. And my like page is actually starting to build up too. But my Instagram, Pinterest, and blog are from what I get most from.
Do they just DM? I know you post it out there. Do you like, comment below, or do they say DM me or something like that?
They're usually messages or Woofu applications. I don't know if you guys do Woofu applications or not, but they help. It makes it look more professional when you have those. And my Pinterest, it's always linking. So when I do my blog post, I always do my pictures linking to Pinterest. So every picture that I have on Pinterest is on my blog. So it always backlinks.
Gotcha. I've been working on my blog. I've been building that out as well. So yeah.
Good.
Another coach on do a blog.
A blog is awesome if you can put the time into it, because I know they are very time consuming. It took me a good 13 to 14 months before I got anything out of it. And now it actually works pretty well now. So
yeah, they say like build out like one thing first, like one social media, and then when you get good at that,
yes,
and do something else.
Yeah. I always say, you don't have to do everything. Don't feel because I said blog, Instagram, and Pinterest that you have to have all of those. A lot of people just do Facebook and a like page. Some people do Instagram and Facebook, and they are very, very successful. But yeah, focus on one or two and get really, really good at them, because that's what's going to set you apart from the average Beachbody coaches.
I think Danielle.
Who wants to go?
I can go. I was just going to ask, you kind of just said it anyway, but I was just going to say, because I didn't start the blog or the like page yet, and I was like just about to go into both, but you think it's probably better just to start with the like page first, since I already have the Instagram and the Facebook kind of on a pattern and going okay. So
yeah. I would do one of them first.
Yeah.
I should.
Because, I have that group too, so it's hard for me to
Yeah.
add another thing to Facebook.
Yeah, it worries me with what time you have to spend on your business. Okay, so one thing with the like page. With your like page, you literally can post the same thing on Instagram and Facebook as you do your like page.
Mm-hmm.
Different people will see it because as your like page, you're going to have it public. So anybody's going to be able to like it. And the people who you're not friends with on Facebook may be following you on your like page. So they'll see those posts. So I do a lot of Instagram to Facebook straight over to my like page. My blog, I love about it because it is sharing my story. And for you, Allie is a physique competitor. I got a lot of growth from posting about my fitness journey, my competitions. That's what I got all of it from, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm interested in doing that too. Like, I want to have a blog.
Yeah.
So, but I just know that time. I don't want something to lack because of that. That's all. Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to do your like page, you already have Instagram. So that's going to be an easy copy and paste for you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. Wait, hold on. Oh, my computer was about to restart. So, yeah, you can easily copy and paste that. It's not going to put a whole lot of extra time into it. Your blog is what's going to be more time consuming. But if you want to do it, start it now because it's going to take time to build. Mm-hmm. And then you can share that link everywhere. You can share, part of the stuff from your blog onto Instagram and Facebook and say, check out my blog for the recipe or for some tips, and do it that way.
Yeah, that's what I would like to get to, doing that. Just have like a small thing and then the link too. Yeah, that's what I want.
I like that.
Okay, so basically do it all. Do it all now.
I mean, I don't want to tell you to do it all because I just said do 2 or 3 or 1 or 2 and get really good at them. But like Allie, you already had Instagram coming into coaching. Like you already had an Instagram built. I followed you on Instagram before you were a coach. Mm-hmm. So like you already have that. It's not anything added that you're doing. So you can add something. Yeah. And you can schedule on the like page. You can schedule posts. Yeah. Like a business page. Yeah. Okay. Yes. And that is very helpful that you can do that. I actually, I have an assistant. So my assistant actually works my like page. So she schedules out my posts for the entire week on Sundays. And then with the time, I know what time she's posting those. So then in between those, I will post what I'm posting on my social media to my like page in addition. So it is very helpful to be able to schedule your posts on your like page. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Cool. Jonathan, did you have another question?
Those were my main two. Perfect.
All right.
I just want to say,
I just saw Danielle
this call, but I'm just super motivated. You got this team motivate. I just really appreciate you coming on here. Means a lot.
Thank you. I'm going to share. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh, wait. I said that privately. Hold on. How'd I do that? Sorry. There we go. Why did it automatically do that? Hold on. Let's do that again. There we go. I'll send a training that I did for Super Saturday about Pinterest. It was actually, I did a training at a Super Saturday about Pinterest and Instagram and how I grow my business. So hopefully that can help you guys out too. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you for getting on. Josh, thank you for having me.
Thank you, Deidra.
All right, guys.